My friends, today is a special treat because I have Josh on camera. We're going to talk hyperMILL, hyperMILL. We're standing in front of a kern where the part has been machined by the same company. We have a whole bunch of parts over here, but maybe more importantly is automation. We're all trying to automate. We're all trying to do more with less people, less resources, and make more money, profitability, and efficiency. Josh is the key when it comes to this on the software side of things. So Josh, thank you for being brave enough to join me on camera. I know how much you love being famous on camera. So you always tell me, I wanted to be in the back, but then you got too good at your job, so here you are in front of camera, so let's talk automation.
Yes, automation in our software is one of my favorite passions, to be honest, because it helps out customers in multiple different ways. It helps them out if they're short-staffed, or it makes a hot job not so hot. One of my favorite topics on this is a customer that we went up into Minnesota. They were struggling a little bit, needed to get some jobs out, from everything from getting it from the shop, from the programmer to the shop floor and to a finished product. Just as some basic numbers, we took a process that took 4 hours for them to program and set up. We moved that from 4 hours to 45 minutes. And then the machining actual process, we took it from an 8-hour cut down to an hour and a half on their plate work. So we reduced 6.5 hours there, 3 hours and 15 minutes there. So it was almost a 10-hour time reduction through the entire process on one of their parts. And the automation allows them to take that and bring it over a scope of different plate work, core boxes, and mold work to allow them to focus on what they actually need the skilled labor for versus just having them do redundant clicks that they're going to do over and over again. And it's something that we can accomplish in our software with a basic UI, and it's real easy to show people how to do it. And when people get hooked on it, they want to automate their entire system because it can make everything from your tools to last to your employees to be much happier because they're not stressed, and it's going to be easier to manage your product system with it.
Josh, I hear you say we saved about 10 hours, right? Mm-hmm. And I also hear in my brain, because I'm big on statistics and percentages, it sounds like about 80 to 90% of the time was saved. 10 hours sounds significant, but the percentage of time saved going that's significant. And just to clarify, because I want to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly, the machine stayed the same. We didn't pop this onto a new machine that was faster or quicker. This was same machine, just utilizing your software to make it faster.
That's correct. And these were done on your standard machine shop machines. They did not have something as lovely as our Kern right next to us. They were a mold shop that did larger molds. So these were done on Haas's, Kitamuras, your Doosan's, and everything like that, which are phenomenal machines, but they didn't have to upgrade, change. They were able to use their standard machining processes, and we just enhance them to be able to be dynamic for their product and to eliminate any operator or machinist mistakes that then made the system go that much faster for us.
Love the word dynamic. Love that you name dropped as well. I can only imagine how much time would have been saved on a Kern machine, by the way, because
Yes.
This thing can fly. Automation is so very important, and you've mentioned removing redundancies and making sure, taking all of the outside pieces that just we don't pay attention to so often and kind of fine-tuning it, streamlining it to get that true reduction on the same machine. In the world of hyperMILL, in the world of hyperMILL, I see the creativity everywhere. And as I go from machine shop to machine shop, Josh, being honest with you, being honest with everyone watching, it seems like so many folks out there, when they're getting into something as creative as this eagle or something that needs to be as perfect as this device, as this piece here, which I believe looks to me like something in the medical world.
Correct.
Looks like maybe a hip or a knee or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. When I need to have that finish, it's almost always a phone call to hyperMILL.
Yep.
You guys, what goes into this and your complex yet user-friendly software that allows everyone to thrive so much?
So our big thing is our high precision mode and our new tolerance use cases. So ourselves and our competitors, we started off using a tessellated model in the background, which is how normal machining practices are done. However, as everyone knows, a tessellated model is a bunch of triangles and you can get your facets. What we do is we actually reproject the points onto the true CAD model surface, and then we can also map the CAD surface's true topology to make sure our points are actually at the tangency or at sharp edges, so we can maintain the best model shape we can with the highest accuracy. And it also allows us to distribute the point spacing perfectly, so we get one of the best out of the box finishes you can get without having to deal with a bunch of fine tuning. So that's what makes us really out of there, is just being able to do it right out of the box without having to learn in an excessive amount to get a quality part.
So I should probably end the conversation right there because it was so profound. And much like some of my friends who dropped my microphones, that would have been a mic drop moment. Please don't do that. But I'm going to follow up with one last question, because there are a lot of people out there, as I get amplified and excited. I'm an animated kind of guy. And I think even though that might not be your total personality, when you get into open mind, I can see some animation in you as well, correct. Some excitement. I can see it. But there's a lot of people right now and folks out there who are kind of fence riders. And I would consider myself one as a machinist. Who do I go with? Is it my local salesperson because I'm friendly with them, or because I know it best, I'm familiar with this? When we're talking about why go into hyperMILL, why go into the open mind technology, what would you say to the folks out there who are looking to make a switch or looking to make a change and maybe most likely upgrade their software?
Yes, that's an excellent question. What it really boils down to for people that are looking at us, you're going to be looking at us for one or two reasons. A, you're having trouble with 5-axis. We started with 5-axis and worked our way down. So we are the 5-axis proverbial kings of that world. And we work down to our 2D. So we specialize in the harder stuff, and that makes your job easier. The second thing is we really focus on surface quality and attention to detail there. So if you're getting parts that are taking so much longer from step overs and you're still getting faceting, having to do the polishing, everything like that, that degrades your time and wastes time everywhere else. So where we can get that off the bat. To kind of circle back to my original shop story, one of the reasons we went from 8 hours to an hour and a half in that machining time is our surface quality was so good, we were able to eliminate the entire EDM process and most of the polish work out of that finishing product. So they got a high quality part directly from the machine, and we were able to eliminate a lot of the secondary, tertiary needed items to make a quality part.
And you've now brought up one of my pet peeves, which I'm not going to go into because they've already heard it enough, but it is not investing in the time of the first operation and having to do all that secondary work where mistakes can be made, whatever it might be, right? So
correct.
Thank you for doing that. And my last thing before we get off camera is stop being so good on camera, man. If you want to stay behind the scenes, stop explaining yourself so darn well. However, if you guys like Josh as much as I did and learned as much from Josh like I did, leave it in the comments. Let us know if you want to know more, or if you're sitting on that fence looking to upgrade the software in your facility, give these guys a call. Definitely worth your time. You can go to Google, but give these guys a call. I think Josh is ready for you and ready to be off camera, but you're in trouble now, my friend. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you so much.